So there were a couple techniques that I wanted to go over with you today to help you relax and try to manage the social anxiety or just the anxiety that comes from social interactions as best you can within yourself. And so it's really helpful to have some techniques to go to that you already know how to do, and you're able to kind of access those while you're out and about. So
techniques that help me relax?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good. I don't have any of those.
Yes, so like relaxation techniques, we're going to talk about that today. And the first one is belly breathing. This one is really helpful before, during, or after social interactions or anything that provokes anxiety, because it's something that you can kind of do quietly and that people won't really know you're doing.
Okay.
So it's socially acceptable to do in the middle of an interaction.
Okay, good.
And so it focuses on breathing from your belly. So you have your diaphragm, which is down here. And a lot of people, when we get anxious, we start to breathe with our chest, and that can cause our breathing to get faster, and it doesn't help our anxiety. And so really focusing our thoughts on breathing with our belly, and you can put your hands on your belly and try to feel the way your belly comes up when you breathe in and falls when you breathe out. So try that a couple times and really try to feel the way that feels on your stomach.
It's kind of hard. I have to think about it. I have to focus on my stomach and make sure that I'm breathing, extending out my stomach. If I don't think about it, I can't do it. I have to think.
Yeah.
Because most of the time I feel, yeah, you're right. It's all in my chest when I breathe.
Yeah. So that's something that you can do during a social interaction, and people don't necessarily need to know that you're doing that. It can be pretty discreet.
Okay.
And then the next two are not as discreet, but they can be really helpful when you're anxious before a social interaction or after. So this next one is called progressive muscle relaxation. And so essentially you'll probably want to be seated somewhere comfortable.
Okay.
And just kind of feet shoulder width apart and your arms on your lap. And you'll close your eyes and you kind of envision your body from an outside perspective and kind of scanning your body from head to toe. And as you scan your body, it's kind of a slow process. You'll want to kind of focus on those muscles in that particular section and really intentionally release those muscles and relax them. So you might start with the top of your head, releasing the muscles in your forehead, relaxing your jaw, then down to your neck, releasing the tension in your shoulders, down your arms, and then to your forearms, and then to your fingertips, and then to your chest and your core, really relaxing those muscles down to your legs, your lower legs, and then even down to the very tips of your toes. And this is something that you can do several times. So you can go down and then back up from your toes back up to your head. And it's a pretty slow process. So each pass that you do across your body should take about 30 seconds. So we'll try that for a little bit. And you can even do belly breathing while you do this. Okay. So that was something that you can do. Now you know how to do that. And then the last, yeah, that's good. So definitely something you want to do before.
Yeah.
Before you have a situation.
Okay.
Yeah. And then the next one that I wanted to talk to you about is called the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 technique. Okay. And so this involves identifying 5 things that you can see in the current moment. So for example, I can see this pencil and this sticky note. Can you identify 5 things that you can see right now?
Okay, I see you.
Okay.
I see your computer. I see the buildings outside the window. This is 3. I see a bell and a marker.
Yeah, so it's pretty simple like that. Okay. And then you'll move on to 4 things that you can touch. So what It can be, you can move around and touch different things, or just in that current moment, what are 4 things that you're feeling?
I can feel my fingers.
Mm-hmm.
I can feel my pants. I can feel my shirt, this table, my ring. Oh, that's 5. Whoops.
That's all right. So then moving on, you identify 3 things that you can hear.
Okay. I can hear myself breathing.
Mm-hmm.
I can hear clicking sounds coming from the roof.
Mm-hmm.
I can hear my feet tapping the ground.
Mm-hmm. That's 3 things. Okay, and then the next thing is 2 things that you can smell.
Okay. So I can smell some kind of cleaner. If I really focus, I can smell my cologne I'm wearing.
Mm-hmm. Yep, those are 2 things. And then 1 thing that you can taste.
Well, I had a breakfast sandwich this morning. Maybe I can still taste it a little bit.
Okay.
It was good.
Yeah.
It was yummy.
And so what this does is, so we know that anxiety is caused by a lot of tension or stress about future things that we can't necessarily control.
Okay.
So what this does is this brings us to the current moment that we're in. And it really helps you kind of stay in the moment by going through these steps and identifying things that are currently happening to try to get our brains and our nervous system to calm down and to really focus and hone in on what's going on in this moment, because in this moment are things that we can control.
Wow, that makes sense.
Yeah, so those are 3 things that you can do. Now you know 3 techniques that you can use. Can you remind me what those 3 things were?
Yes, I can. The first one was belly breathing.
Yes.
So making sure, so breathing in and focusing on my diaphragm, extending out, and then feeling it fall back in as I breathe out. And then there was muscle relaxation. So getting comfortable, you recommend being seated, but you said you don't have to be seated.
Well, you might want to be seated because you don't want to relax your muscle legs and fall. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Being seated is probably the best position for that. Or you can lay down.
Or lay down. Okay, so the idea is I'm going to close my eyes and imagine myself outside of myself and kind of scanning through my body, slowly relaxing each part of my body as I scan, all the way to the tips of my fingers, to the tips of my toes. And you said each scan should take about 30 seconds or so. And then the last one.
And the last one, I'm going to send you home with a little flyer on it, because I know remembering all the 5 steps is hard.
Yes,
but,
okay.
It's 5 things you can see, 4 things you can touch, 3 things you can hear, 2 things you can smell, and 1 thing you can taste. So, and I will write that down for you so that you can refer back to that when needed.
Thanks. You're the best therapist I've ever had.